Are we on?
Mhm.
Perfect. Hello, hello, hello. It is Wellness Wednesday, and did you know that it is 2 weeks before Thanksgiving? So tonight we're going to talk about positive things for negative health or negative things for positive health. Are you confused? I hope so, and I hope I've piqued your curiosity. Tonight, we are going to discuss several things. We have 3 products that we want to talk to you about that deals with ions in your body. I know what you're thinking. What are ions? They're molecules, and every molecule has a positive and a negative charge to it. So in the cells of your body, you want to have a proper balance of positive and negative charges within the ions and the molecules of your body. That's a simple science thing. I had a friend help me with that, and I'm so grateful for her. So the ions are molecules that have gained or lost an electrical charge. Remember, 3rd grade science, magnets, positive and negative, and they stick together. And that's the type of charge you want within every cell within your body. So we have some very interesting things that Juva has created for us. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And we are so excited about this. So I just want to read you a few highlights before I turn you over to our wonderful co-host, Michelle Meldy from Toronto, Canada, and Steve Klein from Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm streaming to you live from Savannah, Georgia. So did you know that when something is awry in your body, that has too many positive ions? Now that doesn't make sense because you would think negative things in your body would be negative ions. That's not true. So the items that we're talking about tonight will put the positive ions back in with the negative ions, and it'll balance everything out for you. So what are anions? They're atoms that have gained an electron and they have a negative ionic charge. And these negative charges are positive for your well-being to bring the body into the balance. The products that we're going to discuss tonight all have semi-precious crystals and minerals in them, and they are activated. If you are a crystal collector, which I am, I have crystals all around me. Crystals can sometimes bring balance, calming, peace. You've heard about things like this. And so that's what is in all of these products. Negative ions have documented health benefits. There are over 17,000 ion-related studies available online at pubmed.gov. There's a lot of peer-reviewed, published medical articles. And I always recommend when you're reviewing things for your health and wellness, that's a great place to start because not everything that you hear on the media is basically based on facts like the peer-reviewed articles are. But these articles are available online at PubMed and the online U.S. National Library of Medicine website that's maintained by the National Institutes of Health. And did you know that negative ions increase the flow of oxygen to the brain? So that's always something that I'm very curious about because I am a TBI survivor. I have friends that have had some neurological issues as well. It also results in higher alertness, decreased drowsiness, and more mental energy. And this has been documented by Dr. Pierce J. Howard, Director of Research at the Center for Applied Cognitive Sciences in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I am going to let our guests share with you some information about some amazing products we have. We have 3 products we're going to be featuring tonight. The first one is called an anion emitter pen. I wear it like a religion. I wear it 24 hours a day. It's just an amazing thing. It's a huge investment in yourself and it's beautiful and it piques curiosities in people. A lot of men wear it in their pockets. I wear it on my shirt. You can wear it on your back. And then we have this wonderful thing called a cation shield. And I know that people are very familiar with cation shield, but we'll talk about why our cation shield will give you better results. And then the last thing we'll discuss is insoles that you can put inside of your shoes. These are just so amazing and they have multiple uses. So Michelle, I'm going to let you start talking about the anion emitter pen. I introduced this to her, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. She had just moved to Toronto, and I'm going to let her share her amazing story about the anion emitter pen.
Thank you, Melissa. I struggle with spinal issues. I have compressed disc. I have a history of getting bulging disc. So I live with a lot of pain, like between my shoulder blades up through my neck. So anything I can do to reduce pain. And Melissa is great about giving me ideas. She got me on turmeric a few years ago, and ginger, and turmeric is something I take religiously twice a day. I take no medicine for my pain, and there are a lot of days I can really manage it. I've done probably more than a year's worth of physical therapy if you add up all the months and the bills and the costs. I've had injections in my neck, corticosteroids and whatnot, which you can get up to 4 or 6 times a year. I don't choose to do that. I'm trying to do it in an herbal way and in a way that I can live with 0 to 1 pain, right? Instead of having so much. And I'm not choosing to have surgery in my spine at this time. So Melissa introduced me to the anion emitter in June, I believe. I think I ordered it in July with my first Juva order, and I clip it to the back because my pain is in my neck, and I have a lot of inflammation back there too, which is reducing, but I still get a lot of inflammation back there. So clip it on and just kind of leave it on. And I've also been doing keto lifestyle and all these new things, but it definitely is something I wear on the back of my shirt. Sometimes I sleep in it. At that time, my pain was very high because we had just moved. So all the extra lifting and boxes and, all the things that go with moving that make an older body ache a whole lot more. So I was willing to try it, and I use it a lot. I don't ache as so much anymore, occasionally, but there are definitely a lot of nights where I would have an ice pack around my neck, like draped. I have a cervical ice pack. I have one I drape around my shoulders. It's just something we have in our house. And really the last 4 months, that is improving. I still get neck pain if I do too much, but I'm able to do more activities than I could do before, like sanding and finishing furniture is a hobby of mine. And that repetitive movement is really terrible for the neck. So the anion emitter is a good addition to getting my health back.
So question, so you just clip it on the back of your neck. Have you tried circling it
I haven't tried
around there?
circling it too much. I just kind of clip it and leave it hanging, and it just actually hangs right in a good spot. Sometimes on my pajamas, my husband will be like, hey, let's hang that back there, because it's hard to clip it. It's very secure once it's clipped. Sometimes I forget I have
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And my pets I have a dog and a cat, and they like to take them or play with them. So
Well,
sometimes
I do
don't.
know that our upline certified that she's even washed hers in the washing machine and they survived. So they can
Great.
take a lot of wear and tear. It's a huge investment, but it's a wonderful investment into yourself. The anion emitter in our promotional information says it's almost like a tuning fork. So when you have a tuning fork that picks up the frequency of sound, and then another tuning fork is in its vicinity, they like balance themselves, and that's what the anion emitter does. So you can circle it, and then we do have an informational book, Michelle, when you get it, the meridians of your hands, if anybody's had acupressure or acupuncture, So your spine is down your middle finger. So if the upper spine is there, if you take the anion emitter and push on that part where your neck is and just kind of go up and down the middle finger, you'd be amazed as to what that does. If any of you go to chiropractors, it's kind of the same principle. So I will be gifting you this book for being my special guest and my favorite sister. And anyway,
Glad I'm the
Steve,
only sister. That works out well for me.
oh gosh, now you've ruined my secret. So, well, good. I'm glad it's helped. And when I told her that she could sleep on it, she was kind of amazed at what that does. And I also learned recently that when this is on your body or you're circling it, that it will cover around a 2 foot radius around your body. So if you're hanging it on the back of your shirt, then about 2 feet away is even able to balance the ions within your body. So, Steve, take it away and let's talk about the cat ion and the Sure Step anion insoles.
Oh, sure. How you guys doing tonight? Thanks for having me on. So I got this right here on my cell phone because it blocks some of that, we call it radiation, negative ions, whatever you want to call it. I just know it's not good for you. And I want to make sure I'm protected. It's you can't see the back of my computer because I'm on it, but I have one on there too, on the TV set, on the on the hair dryer, mom, all the different utensils. So that's what it says on there, and I believe it. And it's interesting, when I spoke to some folks that I was talking to from Vietnam, they're very familiar with it, and they use this all the time. As I wasn't familiar with it. All I know is I know that I always had the phone up like this. I'm like, oh, am I getting my brain fried? So I've been trying to be more holding the phone this way. Because I did know a lady that runs a health and wellness expo. Actually, it's happening this weekend. Some folks that we know are attending it. And the owner actually, even though she's in health and wellness, she had a tumor, I want to say a couple of years ago. And the gal that answered the phone really believes it came from the cell phone. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm definitely a believer of that, as we all know we're getting fried, is what I call it, one way or another, right? And I don't know all the exact science with it, but I do know that we have these wonderful informational videos and things like that. We can look it up, but I do know it blocks a lot of that radiation, and that's really key because we're getting it from the microwave, we're getting it from the TV, the computer, the cell phone. I don't know about 5G, but I know that's pretty tough out there, and some other things too. So I'm a firm believer that the promotion, I was so excited about that. This Sure Step, which you cut them to size your foot, and it goes in your shoe, but they're flat as well. So you can use the pieces, stick them in your back if you like sometimes, or in the car seat, or underneath your pillow. It's the same strength. I don't know if you showed I just lost my, oh gosh, I was wearing it. Yep. It's the same strength, I understand, as this is, okay, is what Jeff told me. Now, obviously, if you're going to put this on your feet, yeah, they'll be probably wear and tear, I'm pretty sure. But what a great deal that they're having on this, where you buy one, gift one. And I think that's just unbelievable. Yeah. And keep the scraps when you cut it, because you can use it for different things. And I'm excited about it. What I don't know, and I got to find out, is it work the same way you recharge it, like the pen out in the ground? I don't know about that, but we'll find that out and ask that question. But all fabulous. And I do want to say one more thing too. I had people asking me today, as I was talking about this promotion. One of my friends named Shan, he lives in Utah, he's a balloon guy, and he's asking me, does it help with neuropathy? And I'm looking, because we have these books, and they're like guidebooks, as you guys know, 2 different books in here, and you look up what it is, and you see what it does. So I'm still doing the research on that. I always say this is phenomenal for helping with these different things. It's not like, no one says there's any cure or anything. We're not ever claiming that. But I also believe in still nutrition, so it's still kind of like a Band-Aid to help you. But let's not be in pain or be uncomfortable. So if we can knock it out, let's do that. Yes, Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's great. And I had a headache, right? And then I looked in here for headaches, and I was talking to Denise Bracken, our upline, and she was telling me take the pen. We call this the pen, the little spot like here, and put it on your middle finger. And she said find the middle finger that has like the spot that's very tender, and then push it way in, okay, and hold it for like 20 minutes. Well, I did that, and it actually hurt for a little bit because it was tender. I didn't realize that it was tender, and it says it right in the book. Lo and behold, the headache went away. I was totally blown away. Of course, once I took it off, it didn't hurt, but it was a tender spot, and I couldn't believe it. So it's interesting in here, just some of the things how they show the hand and all the different areas in here. And when we were at the conference in August, Jackie and I, yep, they had some doctors that are on the team that actually demonstrated this stuff, and I had to go in and out because I had some calls, but what I saw was like mind-boggling. So it's really like unbelievable. So I know it might sound a little strange to people. I call this my magic wand, or I want to say the magic word simsalabim, but it really does work.
So I have a question for you
Sure.
because I haven't had the experience that you've had. I know that you have had a lifelong struggle with acid reflux. Do you find that if you wear this on the front of your shirt that simmers it down?
Oh, that's a great question. There was one night I had an episode. I don't remember what I ate or what happened. And I wasn't laying in bed, and it did work. I took it and somehow went like this and went upwards, and it did work. And it had stopped, and I was totally shocked because usually I take a little extra ginger or some other things, and that works too. But this was what I did. And again, I don't know what's right or wrong, but that's what worked for me because I kind of went from here up actually, and I just kept doing that. And I felt like, wow, it went away. It took about 15-20 minutes, but it worked.
I always have acid reflux as soon as I lay down. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's an old lady thing or what. But if I clip this onto the front of my shirt before I go to sleep, I don't have it. The other night, I got up about 2 hours after I slept, and I'm like, oh, just have this horrible acid reflux. And I was running all over the house looking for this because it absolutely worked for me. The cat
Good.
ion shield, I just want to let people know because I was unclear on this the first time I ordered it. So these you should be putting on your microwave, your hair dryer, your vacuum cleaner. I have it on all those things. Your TV set, especially like the big Roku TV, that really are capturing a lot of the EMFs so that it can live stream things on the TV. Your tablet, even your dishwasher, which I don't have one on that yet, but it's amazing. But when you order the cat ion shield, there are two per package. So a lot of people are like, wow, that's really expensive. And I'm like, no, it's two. Plus, these cat ion shields are far more potent than I had bought some paper shields. And I noticed a difference immediately just because I live on my cell phone and my computer all day, every day. And I noticed an immediate difference in increasing energy, which it does help you recover from fatigue. It balances the autonomic nervous system and increases metabolism, which we're all in a health challenge. So we want our metabolism increased. Wear the heck out of these things and make sure this is on everything. A couple of other add-ons I wanted to give was for the anion insoles. I'm recovering from a major, major foot injury. I will tell you that when the inflammation and the pain was the worst, if I inserted this in my sock and let it lay on my foot, it actually started feeling better. It took, like Steve said, it took a few minutes, but it felt amazing. When I was first going to the orthopedic surgeon, he was impressed with how quickly the swelling was coming down. So ginger, turmeric, anion emitter. They're all anti-inflammatories and they all balance the body out. But the one thing that I did want to share with you is if you're from my family who has a history of having large feet, if you are a man size 12 or above, these will not fit into your shoes. If you're a lady size 6 or below, these will not fit into your shoe. So basically what you do is you will take the inserts out of your shoe. So all shoes have inserts in them. So here's my insert out of my one shoe. And then I am going to lay this on top of it. And then I would take a pair of scissors and just trim to fit inside my shoe. That makes sense? These are 1/4 inch thick. That becomes important if you are a person like myself who has to wear a prosthetic brace in order to support the injury. So it is good to know the thickness of it. So if anybody wanted to know that, I've had people ask me questions about that. But right now, while supplies last, we've got a buy one, get one. I just learned that you can tape these babies on your back, Michelle. It would be like having, you could take a pair of these, tape it completely down your back and go to sleep with it or just lay down with it and it will help. So
I mean, it's a
the buy
sexy
one-
look to have those just lined up down your spine. What can I say?
So these are special. These aren't going to be available for very long. And I know lots of people order 4, 6, 8, 10 pairs at a time. So with the buy one, get one, if you wanted 4 pair, you'd only have to buy 2 packages of this. And
Right.
because you would get the second package for free. So just make sure that you know that. There's lots of research. We have videos. There's a wonderful video in our back office that compares why this little blue button, that's really quite pretty, I love it, is better than the paper ones. And they have tests that they can do to analyze the differences in how much of the cations are actually working. So this is very, very strong cation emitter. And Steve, I do have a very close friend. Michelle and I have known him our whole life. And he did have ear surgery, and they believe that the tumor that they removed out of his ear was due to a lot of cell phone use as well. So it is a very real thing. The buy one, get one for the anion soles. If you become a distributor, you can order it for $66. Buy one, get one, so that's $33 a pair. If you become a distributor and you're on auto ship, is $60. And if you just want to be a preferred customer, we love you that way too, is $73. The cation shields, there are 2 to a packet, and I believe the price point is somewhere around $70 to $80, depending on your participation in our program. And the anion emitter can be anywhere from $165 to almost $200. But this is a once in a lifetime purchase. If you feel like it's lost its charge, you can take it, put it outside on the ground, just lay it on the ground, and it will rebalance itself because it's full of crystals, various crystals, tourmaline, and all sorts of things like that. So if you're interested in information, we have wonderful videos that we can send to you. We have wonderful informational sheets that I'm reading to you off of and that sort of thing. So Michelle, any final thoughts?
I have a question about the cation. If you have a
Yes.
large TV, do you need one on each side? Do you
Yes.
need just one cation
Well,
or?
okay, so it says a television set. That's a great question, and I don't honestly know the answer. So one cation shield has the ability to negate the damage of up to 100 mg of EMF radiation and is certified to be emitting 1,200 anions at a time. So Yeah, because we have a 60-inch TV. I would say you probably can't use too many of them. That would be my general answer. But I'm wondering if the TV sets, if you search them, if they tell you how much EMF radiation is coming out of it, and I highly doubt it in this day and age. But that's a great question.
I just wanted to comment too. I think when you live with chronic pain, it sounds a little bizarre. Like, what are anions? I think you did a great job, Melissa, explaining it better for me. And I think you're willing to try things that are, surgery is expensive. Being sick is expensive. Months and months of physical therapy is expensive. Ginger, turmeric, and an anion emitter. I mean,
Right.
not, ginger and turmeric, $22 a bottle for a
Right.
month or two supply.
Right.
I mean, you can't even get a copay for a prescription. Plus, then you're not pumping your body full of medicine, and you're able to just, I don't know, for me, I'm able to do things the last 4 months that I haven't been able to do. I love to paint and finish furniture. Yeah, it's exciting. Like, it's just really exciting, but it is the whole package, right? It's the keto lifestyle. It's taking good supplements and eating better and just making
Right.
yourself a priority. But it's so great that I can do some things. And I still have days where at night, like tonight, I went to the gym. I did a lot of my lifting that my physiotherapist recommends. I did a lot of lifting because I've been pulling out Christmas decorations and going through boxes, and I'm refinishing a table. So I'm doing all those things at once, which before any one of those things. So, I mean, it's not going to be 100%, but it sure does help. And is really a good investment, I think.
I
Health.
completely agree with you. I always wondered what people were talking about when they talked about chronic pain. And this year has been a very pain-filled year.
Right. And it's frustrating.
So,
You don't get to do the things you love to do. So
right. And
I
it's
say give it a
life-changing.
chance.
I mean, I have gone in the last 5 months, I have gone from not even being able to walk, let's call it a quarter of a mile. I'm walking 1.5 to 2.5 miles a day.
Right.
Now I've got a prosthetic brace. They've recommended surgery. I don't think I'm going to do the surgery because the surgery is kind of freaky. But with things like this, things like the insoles that I can put underneath my sheets on the bed, I mean, I have multiple packages of this, and I have put it up and down my bed under the sheet to sleep on it. But when you're in pain and you don't even say to the doctor, I want more opioids, which they've
Right.
prescribed to me and I have since disposed of, and you can do this instead. I just think it's just a kinder, gentler way, like what you said. And I'm
Right.
sorry, I'm a bit emotional, but I know how much pain you've had for how many decades. And
Yeah.
that's a paycheck of the heart for me that you were open enough to try it and find that relief. That's what we do. We offer information and give testimonials.
Mhm.
Steve, I'm going to let you close it out and give us your final thoughts and close it out for us, please.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Couple things I want to share based upon some things you said, Melissa. You triggered a couple things, as always. So I've been dealing with a lot of people with their health evaluations and talking with the Core Health Challenge, as we are very much part of. And obviously, the anion, the emitter, and the cat iron shield, and all this stuff is part of your health, right? And we want to make sure we're staying healthy. And again, it grounds you as well. Don't forget. It also helps you, just feel, less pain and all that kind of thing. A lot of people have been complaining lately that I've been talking about allergies, really badly allergies. It's been really, really, really like, I can't even tell you the number of people. People I think have never had allergies before. And I kind of know why that is. But, of course, we know that's a digestive issue. Okay. And of course, our ginger and turmeric always works well with that, or muscadine oil. But when you look inside this book, you can use this emitter with the allergies as well, okay? And we also talk about weight loss, the weight loss challenge. You can also use it for weight loss right there. So we're trying to shake our weight off. These are things that are blocking things as well. So this emitter is like through the roof. This book and this book are like Bibles, okay? And we don't have to be the expert. You don't have to know everything, but you buy the book, you know it, okay? And that to me, whether somebody, we did talk about being a distributor, that's not about selling, it's about being healthy and about, helping yourself, and why not get it at a wholesale? Another thing with that special, to end with this, I'd like to call this more like a wholesale Costco membership, okay? Because it's usually $50 to join. They are waiving that right now till the 22nd, okay? So if you buy a product, you get in at our pricing. There's no renewal fee as long as you order, okay, unlike some companies, okay? So how can you even imagine a great opportunity like that? Unlike Costco, though, okay, when you refer a friend, okay, because you have a great life-changing testimony and they want some products, you can offer them that as well, okay? And right now it's free for them to join. But because your ID number will be attached to their ID number, that's your database, you will benefit from that. And it's very easy for you to refer a few people and get what you want for free. How cool is that? So again, that's another health thing, less headaches with less bills, right? So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
That's true. And I just wanted to add one more thing to that, Steve, if you don't mind. Not only can you make money by joining us for free, go figure, but you can also bank your money so that you can use it to order future products. And I've never seen another company that does that for their people. So it's just a wonderful system. And Steve, thank you so much for being just an amazing upline to me. You've been very supportive to me, and I know that we all love you on the team because you just spend so much time educating us. And we have a panel of medical experts that we can reach out to as well. So it's just been an amazing journey, and I thank God every day for the abundant blessings that you and my sister and everybody in the Juva corporate office have given to us. So thank you. We would love for you to join us. You don't have to sell, just earn credit so that you can get things like the buy one, get one. You could get, get it all for free. So anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed our discussion tonight. And next week we will be back. It is the week before Thanksgiving, so that'll be our final call for November. And if you're wanting to load up on great Christmas ideas, I'm telling you, these anion insoles are the bomb. So everyone, just have a wonderful night, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much, Melissa.
Thanks so much, Steve
Thank
and
you.
Melissa.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you,
Bye,
Michelle.
everybody.
Bye-bye.